Hey, okay, so we got home from our trip today, Sunday, in the afternoon. And this weekend, for the most part, was largely without incident. I was really tired. I was underslept because of noise and heightened sensitivity. A lot of my Lyme arthritis went away this weekend, though, and I know why. It's because I was a bad girl and I went off all my meds for the weekend, which I think I paid for severely this afternoon. I'll tell you about that in a second, but other than that, I mean, the experience of this weekend was fun, and we got home at like 2 in the afternoon, and we were supposed to go to a meeting at 6, which I slept through because we got home, and I took pain medication, because it's only like a 2.5 hour drive, but it's just, well, and I'll tell you what happened, but, so I got home, and immediately pretty much went to bed, and, slept for like 9 hours. So I'm up now, I'm pretty tired, but I needed to take some heparin troches because it's not that I couldn't, I didn't take them this weekend. It is hard to transport them because they have to stay cool, and my car doesn't have air conditioning. But I should have maybe taken them with me. So I'm up to do heparin, and I took an antibiotic because I'm like sort of way behind. And then I think I'm going to go back to bed because I am having, without the antibiotics, bone pain. So, I mean, it sort of gave me temporary herxing relief. You think, okay, it's the medicine that's making me sick, because the medicine does make you feel a different kind of sick from just the disease. But then you go off the medicine for 2 days and realize the disease is almost equally bad. It's just a slightly different kind of pain and a slightly different kind of exhaustion. So you sort of can't win, but which is frustrating. But here's what happened this afternoon that freaked me out. I mean, it scared the shit out of me. We were headed home. I was driving. And a couple of times on the way here, or when I've been in the car other places, sort of it's like more than an hour away from where I'm home, where my home is. And it's not like a panic thing. It's like there's something else that blooms in that area of the state that doesn't bloom here, or it's an exhaust from being on the highway reaction. I'm not sure. But I've had a few other times where we've been traveling-ish, sort of on day trips or whatever. And my throat sort of closes up. Like, I feel sort of sick and like maybe I'm having a mild allergic reaction, and then suddenly my throat just closes. And I have an ibuterol inhaler, but there's something I'm allergic to. Today something like that happened, but like in a more severe way. I was starting to feel sort of gross, but we were on the highway and there was like no side of the road. My brain just completely farted. I can't remember what the side of the road is called. The lane where you can, the shoulder, I think that's it. Anyway, there was no place to pull over. And so I said to my boyfriend, I was just sort of like, something's really wrong, you need to put your hands on the wheel. And he didn't seem to register that, so then I screamed, put your hands on the cuss word, insert cuss word here, wheel, now. Because I just felt like, I was sort of floating up inside my body, that sort of sensation, and my hands and my extremities went like icy cold and started getting really trembly. And then I started hyperventilating, just, I mean, because I don't know why. I couldn't, I mean, it wasn't something I could control. It just was, my breath went nuts, and then I went blind. I'm driving on the highway, there's no shoulder, and I went fucking blind. And it was like a sensation where there must have, like, there were shades that came from the bottom of my eyelids and went up, so I saw, and then it was gone. My sight was gone. So he had to steer while I had my feet on the pedals and I'm hyperventilating, and I swear I felt my heart stop for a little bit of time. So I don't know what the crap that was that I had happen. And then my throat closed off. So when we finally were able to pull over, I was only blind for like a minute and a half, which is still pretty scary. Because it wasn't like I totally passed out, but I was, and it wasn't like that sort of, I'm going to pass out, foggy, things sort of go black and then you're gone. It was, I was blind with my eyes open in the middle of the day. So I'm going to talk to my doctor about that because I don't know what the crap it was. So anyway, we finally were able to pull over, and we sat there for a minute and my sight sort of came back, and then I took a hit off of the albuterol because my throat was closed, and now I'm starting to, and that sort of helped, but it didn't completely help, and so I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't travel with that shot that you give yourself when you have an allergic reaction that's really severe.